Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Shmuley Show. I don't know who Lily Gladys is, Gaddis, whatever, but it's interesting. The Shmuley Show is reverberating everywhere, especially among the Antisemites. They have never met a Jew who fights back, who doesn't give a damn about them, who scares them, and who, thank God, knows his facts. I read voraciously, thank God. I've read, history is my passion. So I read thousands of books, thank God, on history, and they're all illiterate. Almost every anti-Semite is a knuckle-dragging Neanderthal. Some of them are attractive women. That doesn't change the fact that they're Jew-hating Neanderthal knuckle-draggers. Here's one of them. Hi, Lily. Listen to this. So she's speaking about listen to what she says about Rabbi Shmuley. I'm a Mossad spy. I'm ugly. I'm stupid, of course, because all Jews have warts and all Jews are disease carriers. I mean, you know the way we Jews are. Listen to her. And she thinks she can get away with it because of her blonde hair and her good looks, but you'll listen to my takedown in a moment.
Spy, though, I don't know. You know who makes more sense that he's a spy is fucking Rabbi Shmuley, bro.
Rabbi Shmuley's a spy.
He plays up this retard act like he's literally
retard act.
Every anti-Semitic trope about Jews.
Every anti-Semitic trope.
You're playing this game too well. You're being too hateable. Like you have too much of a punchable face, and it makes me think you're doing that.
My punchable face.
And trying to make yourself seem so dumb and so retarded that we just write you off.
Retard.
I feel like Rabbi Shmuley is more of a spy material than Ben Shapiro because he's so undercover. He's got such a good cover, and he's trying so hard to make a fool out of himself so that people write him off, and they would never dream that he's actually this asset, a Mossad agent. He's definitely a Mossad.
She blew my cover, for sure.
I'm not buying the playing dumb act. I'm not buying the fact that he's that retarded. I'm not buying the fact that he's playing into every anti-Semitic trope. I'm not buying it. Okay? He is a fucking Fed if I ever saw one.
Okay.
And if I saw him at an event, I would turn and run the other way. I would never be caught dead talking to that fucking Fed.
Okay, so hang on a second. So this is really interesting. Sorry, that was Clandis Ovens, worst anti-Semite in America. Clandis, because she's clan wizard in Ovens, that's where she wants us Jews to go. So I have what's her name again? Lily Gaddis? Oh, hey, Lily, how's it going? I see the way you hide behind your blonde hair and talk about someone who tries to go undercover. You think that the world is going to judge you by the cover. You're a nice-looking woman, so you can use you could drop the F-bomb. I don't drop F-bombs on my show. You think that you can betray every standard that has ever been held about how a lady behaves, even a strong-willed lady. Queen Victoria ran the largest empire in the world, and she had 9 kids. You think you can basically come across as a lout, as a foul-mouthed ignoramus, which you are. You think that you can use monosyllabic words like F and SHIT and Fed and Mossad. That's 2 syllables. Sorry, I hope that just ChatGPT to see what it means. And you can get away with it because of your packaging. Because people are going to look at the cover and not the book. No, but not me. You see, I actually believe that a woman's attractiveness, which is what you try to sell on your show, and then shock people that a young attractive woman F-bombs, hates Jews, anti-Semite, wears destroy AIPAC t-shirts. You love juxtaposing your seeming innocuous, another four syllable, very sorry, your seeming innocuous anti-Semitism against your seeming pleasant demeanor. But this rabbi, isn't taken in by it. I do look at the book. I look at your content. And your content is ignorant, embarrassing, and I'll prove it. You are terrified of me, which is why you hide behind your phone to attack me. If I'm everything that you said, Mossad spy, and it's really not nice that you blew my cover, but I'm also a Fed. It turns out I'm a double frickin' spy. I work both for the federal U.S. government and the Mossad. Why didn't you throw in like the Stasi there? Oh, sorry, you never heard of that. That was during the Cold War. Why didn't you throw in the NKVD? You never heard of that either. That was pre-KGB. You probably even never heard of the KGB itself. I bet you haven't read a single book in your life. But let me prove it. Actions speak louder than words. Lily, I will debate you on your X account any day of the week. In fact, I will give you triple the time to speak than me. I will tie one arm behind my back and give you triple the time to speak. And I guarantee that your own viewers who love you and hate me You're a white supremacist, neo-Nazi, Jew hater. All of your following, I guarantee that they will write to you and say, look, I hate the guy, I hate Jews, but he destroyed you. He eviscerated you. His knowledge base ran circles around you, and maybe you should have thought twice before you debated him. I guarantee it. So you get triple the time on your platform. I only get 1/3 of the time. You can use a timer. And my bet is, watch everyone. What's her name?
Lily Gaddis.
Lily Gaddis will not accept. Come on, Lily. Put your hatred where your mouth is. You have an opportunity to take down this Mossad spy. Of course, we'll have to kill you afterward. We'll have to send our Mossad assassins and take you out. We know everything that you do. We know every site you visit. We're watching you right now, Lily Gaddis. I could see the way you're reacting to me. We have 7 cameras in your broken down apartment, which you're trying to upgrade, leveraging anti-Semitism to bring in more followers, greater income from X or wherever it is. But we can see that too. We already know which new places you're looking for, and the real estate agents you're dealing with are also Mossad spies. Now, this is a typical thing. Let's just unpack for a moment this anti-Semitic attack on me. And I don't even know who she is. But it's more, there's a couple of things. Number one, they try to use, lately, women or people who are aesthetically appealing in order to, that subterfuge. Sorry again, Lily, for a 4-syllable word. It's subterfuge. They want to show, oh, look how nice we are. We can't really hate Jews. Number two, they drop the F-bomb, etc., as shock value, and also because they have no vocabulary. They have no expansiveness of language. They are dummies, ignoramuses, and I'm not going to use the word retard because that's what people said about people who had Down syndrome. 5-syllable word. Sorry, you would call them retards. Liddy, whatever the hell the name is? Lily, okay. Lily, same. It's all the same thing. All anti-Semites are the same. They're all stupid, hate-filled, and they all love attacking the one Jew they can't take down, me, Rabbi Shmuley. So, Lily, you fit every stereotype of an anti-Semite. You try to look great, but you become ugly through your views. I want to tell you a little story, Lily. Listen carefully. So I wrote an international best-selling book. Yeah, a book. A book is something that comes between 2 covers. It's not like a conspiracy website that you probably indulge in 24/7. There's something called a book, and it has 2 covers, and then there's pages in between. So I've written 36 books, thank God. Many have been international bestsellers. One of them was called Kosher Sex, and it revolutionized sexuality and intimacy from a religious perspective. So many Christian authors, thank God, followed suit and wrote best-selling tomes for the evangelical community. It even changed Catholic views. And it was a phenomenon, thank God. And I'm very proud of it. My daughter Hannah runs the Kosher Sex company until this very day. We try to save marriages and get men and husbands off porn and reduce rates of infidelity, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I was asked to host this show called the Fashion TV, I think it's still on. And they found it fascinating that this best-selling author rabbi, whose book was so celebrated that Hugh Hefner, who was alive at the time, asked if he could excerpt it, my book Kosher Sex, in his magazine Playboy for their 30th anniversary edition, which they did, with my caveat that they could have no pictures of naked women in this giant excerpt from my book. And in return, they sent me and my wife 2 tickets to the 30th anniversary party at the Playboy Mansion West in Los Angeles. My wife took them through them out and said, no bunnies for you. Okay, so we didn't go. Should have frickin' sold them on eBay at the time. Did eBay even exist at the time? This is 25 years ago. And Fashion TV thought, wow, fascinating. Rabbi Shmuley wrote a best-selling book on kosher sex. It's #1 in so many countries, translated in 20 languages. Let's have him host Fashion TV. So I'm running around at, in the London fashion show, which is twice a year, fall collection, summer collection, whatever the heck it was. And they say to me, one of the top models in the world has agreed to be interviewed by you. She read your book and she likes it. So we wait for her to come out of her, her show, the catwalk. And she must have been 20 years old. And I take the microphone and I put it right in front of her. And you can probably find the digital clip somewhere. And I say, how does it feel to be born? I say to this world famous supermodel, how does it feel to be born a genetic celebrity who is known not for any of her intellectual or emotional achievements, but rather for her genetic perfection. She looked right at me and she goes, "What?" And two things happened at that moment. The first thing is the director screams, "Cut! Shmuley, what the hell? Ask her about the clothes." I didn't care about the clothes, unless they were giving them to my wife Debbie as a gift. I asked her a real question. What's it like to be judged by, your looks? But she didn't understand, because through no fault of her own, she was being trained as a woman to trade on her figure, her looks, as opposed to her mind. I have raised 6 daughters to be trained on. They're all beautiful and very attractive, thank God, but they've been raised, like my daughter Rachel, a world-renowned influencer, to use their mind. That's one thing that happened when I asked her that. And the second thing that happened with this world-famous supermodel is that she was a very beautiful young woman. The moment I asked her the question, and she goes, "What?" and I saw that she unfortunately had no intellectual depth, she instantly became unattractive in front of me. I mean, physically unattractive. Because a woman is the whole package, just like a man should be. And when you discover that a woman has no substance, it could actually impact how you see them physically. Contrast that with just a few blocks away from here on Central Park West, maybe 20 years ago, me and Cory Booker were invited to meet Barbra Streisand, the greatest living actress in the world, probably with Meryl Streep, and the greatest singer. She wanted to do a movie about mine and Cory's friendship as a Black Rhodes Scholar and the rabbi at Oxford University. And she walked out on a Sunday afternoon in rollers with her hair and a bathrobe. She did not look like the glamorous superstar Barbra Streisand. And first I was a little disappointed. Wow, this is not the Barbra Streisand that I'm used to. We spoke for 5 hours. She is so smart, so insightful, so intelligent, so candid, so honest. Again, Lily? I'm sorry for using big words. I should really speak like you. She's pretty and nice and smart and okay. I want to speak Libby so she understands me. But let me go back to the intelligence of my own audience, and instead of the brutal ignorance of her white supremacists, of Libby's white supremacist audience. She was candid, forthright, emotionally available and vulnerable, and it was amazing. It was like all her beauty, even though she was still in her bathrobe, came right back to her, and I saw the superstar. Because attraction, I believe, only 1/5 is the body. Another 1/5 is how we dress, but 2/5 are our opinions. And Libby, hearing your hate and hearing how you are in no way a lady, and hearing how you are so immersed, controlled, obsessed, fanatically associated with the oldest hatred in the history of the world, called anti-Semitism, has made you really repugnant in my eyes, and no doubt in the eyes of any objective man or woman to whom you might otherwise be appealing, because your level of hatred is so alarmingly ignorant. Now, if I'm wrong, accept my challenge to a debate, and I'll give you 3 times the time. That is, if we Mossad agents don't take you out first, which is our plan. Or we Fed agents, because you said I'm both. We at the FBI, and I'm also at the CIA, and I'm also at the NSA. I'm sorry I'm using all these acronyms that you can't even understand. You have become repugnant in our eyes because of the level of hatred that you represent. And that's true, by the way, of all the anti-Semites. It's amazing. Look at Dan Bilzerian. He's like this big, jacked up guy. Look at what a coward. Look at the fight that I've had with him. Why do I spend my time with these people? I'm never going to convince them. Someone like Libby or Dan Bilzerian, they're Jew haters to the core. They want to see us die. They want to see us dead. They're just going to use the F word against us. They're never going to listen to an argument. They don't understand our arguments. We Jews are way too educated for them. We're way too intelligent for them. We're the people of the book. They only want dead Jews. Dead Jews, they might even, trample on lightly and not just shove their heavy SS boots on our dead faces. They might even give us the dignity of stepping over us. People like Lily want us dead. And that's why they speak, and that's why they use their platforms to demonize us. Notice, Rabbi Shmuley's the F word, Rabbi Shmuley's an idiot, Rabbi Shmuley's a retard, and she'll say that about any Jew who fights back. Because people like Lily want dead Jews. They don't know how to handle someone like me who can destroy them in every debate. I have destroyed Candace Owens in debate, thank God. I have annihilated Cenk Uygur in repeated debates. By the way, I'm getting scared for his health. If you saw the video I posted yesterday, and I did it specifically without any voice, so you could just watch his gesticulations. Again, Lily, sorry for a 6-syllable word, gesticulations. I'm very sorry. Let me say something that Lily will understand. His hand movements. Lily, does that make sense to you? I should actually have like a little translation for dumb people like Lily when they watch an intelligent show, when every word is not the F-bomb. If you look at his gesticulations and the popping veins in his neck, I'm scared he's going to have a myocardial infarction, which for someone like Lily is called a heart attack. God forbid. God forbid. And I really want Cenk to be healthy and safe and let him continue his Jew hatred until he's 120 years old, as people see him as more and more of an insane lunatic. I don't want anything to happen to him physically. His mind is quickly deteriorating. It's become mush, but I'm scared for his health. But if you look at, I've annihilated all these people in debate. I've annihilated Peter Beinart 4 times in debate. He was on Jon Stewart's The Daily Show the other day, and I couldn't believe it was like a love fest of Jon Stewart. One was in Israel. I have destroyed every single Jew hater who has had the courage to debate me. And it takes courage. I give Cenk Uygur credit for debating me at Oxford, where I, metaphorically, again, Lily, sorry, 5-syllable word, very sorry, where I metaphorically took Cenk and used him as a mop to scrub the 200-year-old floors of the Oxford Union. So Lily, you're a coward. I'm certain you will not debate me, but I will give you triple the time. I have annihilated and destroyed every anti-Semite who has had the courage to debate me. Now, why have I done that? Is it because my brain is the size of Jupiter? That's part of it, thank God. Even Jupiter, is just a planet. This is like, is it because I have a lot of debate training, having been the rabbi at Oxford University for 11 years and debated everyone on earth? That's, thank God, part of it. But I'm kind of kidding. I'm not giving myself any credit. First of all, it's God's blessing. But here's the reason I win every debate. And just not only win, but humiliate my opponents. It's because I'm speaking the truth. And all of you guys are just sick, Jew-hating scoundrels, troglodytes. Sorry, Lily, for another big word. Troglodytes. Look it up, Lily. Troglodytes, knuckle-dragging Neanderthals. And again, Lily, sorry for a big word. Lily, we will put captions on this show to make sure that you and your knuckle-dragging audience can understand an intelligent show. I win these debates because I speak truth. The Jewish people are the single most positively influential nation in the history of the world. We gave the world God. Before God, it was polytheistic. That means many gods, Lily. Before the Jewish people, there was no such thing as a Sabbath, as a day of rest. People worked to the bone, or were worked to the bone by noblemen who exploited them. We gave the world the 10 Commandments, saying that marriage is sacred, which is why I couldn't be prouder of kosher sex. And all of you write to me, dildo salesmen and everything, all of you sexually repressed anti-Semites. And I actually believe that there's a direct connection between sexual repression and anti-Semitism. I couldn't be prouder of my daughter Hannah for rescuing marriages. We don't believe in sex outside of marriage, and we don't believe in the exploitation of pornography. We believe in the sacred intimacy of husband and wife, and I couldn't be prouder of kosher sex. We gave that to the world with the 10 Commandments. Do not commit adultery. We gave the world the idea of not being envious of other people's lives, the 10th commandment. Where is the grass greener? It's not on the other side. It's where you water it. It's where you tend to it. It's where you nurture it. Your own marriage, your own life, your own kids. And that's why we're so hated, because deeply, deeply jealous, envious scoundrels like Lily, whatever the hell her name is, and I really don't care to remember it, scoundrel ignoramuses who've never read a book in their lives and traffic in conspiracy theories and anti-Semitic tropes, cannot believe that we Jews are smarter than them, better educated than them, more generous than them, more humane than them. And now what kills them the most is that we're stronger than them. What do they hate the most? That Israel is so incredibly strong, and they hate strong Jews. So therefore they hate this Jew. Because they can call me every freaking name on earth. They can attack me in Times Square. I've been attacked numerous times, watched by millions of people. You've watched that. I was threatened with murder at the Fontainebleau Hotel, then sued by its owner, Jeffrey Sofer, to Faiz Akbar threatened me with murder. And then Jeffrey Sofer sued me to try to silence me, failed. We've now filed a counterclaim for $20 million. And we're going to come after him hard because you don't suppress anti-Semitism. You don't suppress whistleblowers who were almost killed in your hotel because they're Jewish. They cannot believe. So you guys can attack me and Lily call me whatever names you can utter because you can only use the F word. Because a word like troglodyte you'd have to look up. Real insults you're utterly incapable of. Why do people like Lily hate Jews so much? Why are they saying I'm a Mossad agent? And maybe I am. Let her guess. Why is she saying I'm a Fed? Maybe I am. Let her guess. Maybe. I'm holding out that possibility. But why do they hate us so much? Because they're jealous. Because they are envious. Because they cannot believe that one nation called the Jewish people have survived despite all the odds against every enemy, against every hate-filled empire and power. From the truly powerful, strong, but monstrous anti-Semites like Hitler, who once ran the world's most powerful war machine, defeated France in 3 weeks. The Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, led by Mordechai Nalevich, in April 1943, lasted longer than France did against the Wehrmacht and against the Panzer generals, Guderian, Rommel. Again, Lily, I apologize for using historical references. There was something called the Second World War. It was 80 years ago. Look it up, Lily. The Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, where they only had Molotov cocktails. They only had a few broken down pistols and personal weapons. They lasted longer against the entire army of France. People like Lily cannot abide the Jewish people because they are such miscreants. They are such lowlifes. They are such blatantly empty-headed, knuckle-dragging, single-celled, amoeba-brained dummies that when they hear someone who actually has a brain, the Jews, the most educated nation in the world, the Jews, the most scholarly nation in the world, the Jews, the nation that has revolutionized the modern world, Freud and Einstein, and go through the whole list. They hate us. But you know what they hate the most? They hate the living Jew. They hate the strong Jew. They hate the IDF. They can't believe that we are destroying our enemies. So Lily, if you have the courage to take me on, 3-to-1 odds with you, speaking triple as long as me, then do it. Put up or shut up. God bless you all.